Well, I think I always want to try to do something fundamentally that seems new or surprising or something that you probably haven't seen or in a new context because I feel like we've seen so much throughout the years. There's been so many different phases in fashion and so many different trends and so many different styles and so many different decades. Um, what excites me is trying to do something unexpected. So I'm always trying to do that, and my inspirations come from everywhere. It comes from films and memories and art museums and conversations sometimes, just talking about things. I'm inspired by my friends. I'm inspired by sometimes the way I'm putting clothes together for myself when I'm getting dressed. So I kind of take all these elements and try to combine them and hopefully create something new. Well, I think the thing that comes back for me from my childhood is always the fact that I saw so much of the world through media, especially television and film. So it was almost like it was larger than life in a sense, like a megaphone. So I always kind of have, maybe that's why I have such a loud perspective, because I'm trying to convey a message the way I learned these messages myself, because utterly I thought that everyone else kind of looked and dressed and had this kind of appearance elsewhere, just not on the farm that I was living. I didn't quite understand that these were heightened realities. From having so many friends that are young mothers and knowing their struggles to find something that they felt was cool for their babies, it just seemed like the natural fit for me to design something that I could give as a gift to my friends. Well, actually, it was just a kind of a joke, a thought. Like, there's a phrase in English called food fight, and it would happen usually in movies in the 80s. There'd be like a cafeteria scene, and, like one student would throw a piece of pizza, and someone throw something, and everyone would be throwing food. And it's just something that seemed to always happen in movies. I've never had one happen in my life, and it always seemed like kind of these like cool things that happened at a cool high school. So I was thinking about that one day, and I thought, how funny this name, food fight. And I started thinking, well, what if the food was actually fighting? So there's like boxing gloves on this one, and this one's throwing popcorn, and that one's got a left hook. So it kind of developed from this kind of idea. I would say my favorite character would be the soda pop girl. I love that she's the only one not fighting, and she's totally posing and kind of, has this cute, almost Betty Boop kind of attitude. And she's just adorable. Well, it's a huge compliment. I mean, obviously, because he is such an icon and such a, he's the epitome of fashion designers. I mean, he's the number one. And also because he's a friend, and it's just such a wonderful thought to know that someone that I respect and I admire so much has so much admiration for me. Well, I mean, I would think the best thing to do is have something that makes you happy. I think that's what I tried to do with this project, is create something that, it has a childlike quality, but there's also humor that an adult can get. And I think that that's kind of what is important when you're trying to make something that's going to work both for kids and for adults.